Hey guys, it's Abby from Autumn of Pellinor, and I'm going to be going through the books that I have read in September. So it's been a long while since I've filmed anything, so this is going to be rusty as shit, but let's get into it. So the first book that I picked up was The Gift by Alison Croggin. This was the reread for the BookTube Rereadathon. The prompt was a buddy read, so I know that Alex from Alex Black Reads was reading this, and I know that Caitlin from Mad Cheshire Rabbit, is that it? I think that's it. I know that they were reading it as well. We weren't precisely doing a buddy read, but it was close enough. This is my favourite book. This is what the channel is named after. These are the books of Pellinor. I gave it 5 stars yet again. I am so glad that I still adore this book because I hadn't read it in years, so there was a small chance that I wasn't going to love it as much, but I do. I very much do. It's so beautiful. I was able to see a little bit more in it this time than what I did previously, which is what I love about rereading this. As you can see, I mean possibly not because the camera may hide the faults, but like, I've read this to the point of falling apart and I adore it, and I will read it until every single page is unglued from the spine. So yes, this was amazing. This was a lovely first read of the month, and I'm looking forward to finishing off the series. Then I read Moriarty by Anthony Horowitz. This is his second book in his Sherlock series, taking on from Arthur Conan Doyle's work. I adored the first one so much, House of Silk. This one I only gave 3 out of 5 stars because there were some problematic aspects in it. If it had been written at the time, if this had been by Conan Doyle, I would have had a different view on that. But Anthony Horowitz has no excuse for including those things in here, so it did drop it down by 2 stars. But it was very enjoyable. I did read this incredibly quickly and did find it very difficult to put down, so in terms of just the writing style, it's a lot of fun, and I loved the twists and the turns that went on throughout the book. Then I read Lost Boy by Christina Henry. I gave this 4 stars. It didn't quite have that spark to hit the 5-star mark, but I did adore this. This is the second book I've read by her, and I love her writing style so much. This is a dark retelling of Peter Pan. I love the... So there's... With this cover, there is like a twist that you don't know about, but I had been going on Goodreads to add this as like currently reading, and it showed me the US cover first, which gives away the twist on the front, which kind of annoyed me because then I knew and I wouldn't have known otherwise. So yeah, if you have this edition, do not look too closely at the US cover. Just don't, just trust me, because you will enjoy how the story turns out. At least I think you will. But yes, this was a lot of fun. It was really enjoyable. It's definitely making me look differently at other Peter Pan stories that I've seen, and yeah, I can't wait to read more from her. Then on my Kindle, so I'll just put the picture up here, I read Before the Coffee Gets Cold, Tales from the Cafe. I should probably look up how to say this man's name because I am atrocious with Japanese pronunciation and will screw it up. Toshikazu Kawaguchi. Apologies, Kawaguchi. So, Toshikazu Kawaguchi, why did I shut that before trying to repeat the name, is the author of Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I'm sure you guys have heard of that. It was a big hit in 2018, or was it 2019? I don't know, but it is a translated work from Japanese about... I don't want to say too much because I requested it on NetGalley, the first book, and went into it not really knowing anything because I had forgotten by the time I got to it, and I adored it. I adored the surprise of it all, but like, it's not meant to be a surprise. So yeah, I'm gonna say what it is here, and if you like not knowing anything, then like, see you in a minute. So you can time travel in the cafe, not so much Doctor Who style, very much more reserved and in that kind of Japanese cultural landscape of doing it to improve yourself and alleviate any guilt that you have and things like that. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's fine now. So yes, Tales from the Cafe is the second book. It continues on from the first. We do get to see, so it's a cafe, and we do get to see the workers and the owners of the cafe in the first book and this second one, as well as seeing some repeat characters and some new ones in this book. and I adored learning more about the cafe itself, learning more about how it all functions, and also just seeing more of these beautifully written stories. I'm so excited to buy a physical copy of this at some point, because I also got Tales from the Cafe from NetGalley. I can't wait to own this and slowly build up the collection. There are actually 3 books out in total in Japanese, and so we're just waiting for the last one to be translated as far as I'm aware, and I'm really excited for it. It's absolutely gorgeous. I gave it 5 stars. And that is all that I've read so far this month. What date is it? Let me check. So today is the 26th of September. So there are 4 days left. Yes. Okay, that's my coffee and I haven't finished it. That's my excuse. There are 4 days left, but I can almost guarantee I won't finish this book in that amount of time, because I'm only 50 pages in and it is 460 pages, and that is Nevernight by J. Kristoff. I am really enjoying what I have read. I'm struggling to find the time to read at the minute at work. At the beginning of the month when I was reading these books, work was very different. I was in a training capacity, we were in a room like separate from the rest of the group, and I was able to sit and read when I was waiting for other people to complete the training tasks and to complete the assessments, whereas now that isn't a thing that we're doing anymore. I'm live on the phones for half of the day, and the other half of the day it's like actual interactive training rather than just like sitting there and waiting for other people to finish tests. So there is no reading time at work anymore, which is fair, obviously, that's why I'm there to do the work, but so there is no reading time, and this job is killing me. My body cannot handle 9 to 5. Obviously I'm just gonna have to go with it, but it doesn't like it, and so that means I just keep coming home and falling asleep in my clothes. So that makes this a little bit difficult to get to. I'm 50 pages in because I've spent 2 days reading for 20 minutes before I fall asleep. This also does have small writing, so it is slower to get through for me than normal, because normally 20 minutes would get me like 40 pages into a book. I am really enjoying it. I am really interested. I do think the writing's really great. I don't know how I feel about J. Kristoff as a person, but I already own the book, so I'm going to read the book, judge the book, and then do some more research on him as a person. I know that he said some atrocious things about a black artist online. He was defending a white artist who's a friend of his, so obviously there's some more specific nuances in there that I am not myself familiar with. So I do want to check just kind of, is he a racist or homophobic or transphobic or whatever piece of shit, or was that just a misunderstanding? I don't know. So yes, I will have to do more research about him as a person, but I cannot deny that I am loving his work in this book. And those are the 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm so tired, guys. Those are the 4 and a bit books that I've read this month. Have you guys read any of these? And if so, what did you think of them? And how is your September going? I know that for a lot of you, you will be going back to work now that people are trying to settle more into our new normal at the minute. And a lot of you as well will have been going back to school in whatever weird capacity that is. Here in the UK, that's actually in a physical capacity. The students are going back into schools. My mum works in a school. And in the US, it seems to be more digital with a few in-persons. And obviously, I've got no clue how it's working elsewhere, but I hope you guys are staying safe and staying as healthy as you can do. I'm so tired. I'm going to go film my October TBR and then go back to bed. It's like 10 in the morning. It's fine. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!